Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Sachin Sirohi as a data scientist and plus corporate experience in SQLs and NoSQLs and Python, R, Java, something like that. So before starting the class, I want to take about your introductions. Like tell me about yourself, Elmi. So Elmu, please tell me about yourself.
Yes, hello, sir. My name is Alemayo.
Okay.
Uh, by training, I'm a social scientist, but currently I'm taking a Python course. Yes, I do.
Like the data structure, list, set, tuple, dictionary, NumPy,
Things like
Panda.
yes, those libraries and yes, and the different data structures types and the different data like Python libraries like pandas, NumPy, Seaborn, Matplotlib,
Yeah.
and those things. Yes,
Okay.
and
So
also I'm taking a statistics course.
yeah.
So
So
yeah,
good. So now you want to learn like the NLP process basically. So before
yes,
starting this NLP process, I want to discuss some little things which is a compulsory part for the Python. So nowadays Python, you know very well, Python is a very flexible and the syntax is very easy as compared to some other programming language like and if I'm talking about if you want to store that like some data manipulation task, some little bit small data, so you can perform with the data structure like list, set, tuple, dictionary, and also like to make them some logic with the conditional like if and else and some looping concepts. And we can also use some like some advanced concept like with the help of lambda functions, map, reduce, filter. And also like if I want to create some like datas on a single dimensional or the multi-dimensional and to shape out the data, and especially for the metrics, so numpy is 50 times faster as compared to list. And if I'm talking about the pandas, the panda is a library by which we can load the data, we can clean the data, and we can also find out the null values, we can drop them and we can join them, we can stack and unstack, and we can group them. And we can also perform some like aggregate function like sum, mean, mode, median, etc. And after that, if we are talking about some statistical thing which you have like tell me about in your introduction. So in a statistical, we have a basic library statistics, or a pandas or some other library we can scipy. Scipy is basically used for the inferential or scientific calculations. Like someone want to find out the descriptive analysis, mean, mode, median, standard deviation, etc. And also to find out the hypothesis testing, t-test, two-test, pair test, chi-square test, etc., z-test. And after that, we are able to visualize the data with the help of matplotlib. Matplotlib is a library to visualize the data, but in a matplotlib we have a basic charts like pie chart, scatter chart, histogram. But if we want to use some advanced chart like box plot, split chart, and some other kind of the advanced chart, so we can use the seaborn library. So it's an advanced library for the data visualization in Python. And after that, we can like to split the data to implement some machine learning concept with the help of sklearn library. So these are the library which you have learned during in your previous journey in Python. Now the picture is changed. Now my main intention in this class to perform the advantage and to discuss the advantage of the NLP process. And what is the actually NLP and what is the area of the NLP which we should have to use the NLP process by help of Python. Okay. So any questions before starting the class?
no, no, it's clear, sir. Yeah.
Good. So, firstly, I want to give the NLP process. So, I think you have worked with Anaconda or Jupyter Notebook.
Jupyter Notebook.
Yeah, very good. So, in class, I will also teach you how cloud profile you can cloud software you can use for the NLP process.
Mhm.
So, firstly, introduction to NLP, natural language processing. techniques of natural language processing and component of the NLP application where the NLP is used, challenges and scope, and assisted practice implement text processing using stemming and regular expression. Like if you see in like in beginning the Python, we have a regular expression to make them a pattern. If you see in like in a SQL, if you want to make the pattern with the help of like keyword, in similar in Excel, we can make them pattern. So similar in NLP process, if I want to filter out the data with a specified pattern, so the regular expression after noise removal and convert it into the list of phrases. So I will also explain this one. And pre-processing is NLP tokenization. So what is the NLP tokenization? I will also discuss lemmatization, stemming, normalization, and stop word removal. So basically, like take an example of the chat GPT. Like if you are saying some like if you're typing some text, so it will like behalf of text like suggest you some answers. And if I'm talking about the Google, in Google we have a like whenever when some malicious mail are come, so it will automatically isolate into the spam folder. So how Google algorithm identify this particular mail is malicious and that particular mail is not malicious. So this is also the example of the NLP process and the tweets cleanup and analysis using regular expression. So these are the area.
Sorry.
So these are the area by which we can use
Mhm.
NLP.
Okay.
Now, introduction to natural language processing. Now, so natural language processing NLP is the capacity of a PC or computer program to comprehend human language as it is spoken and composed, referred to as a normal or a natural language. So NLP just is a capacity of a computer to like just a human language. If you want to speak something like that, and after that the machine take a decision. So NLP has exist for over 50 years and has establishes in the field of linguistics. It has various genius applications. If I'm saying some word to the machine, so how machine take a decision? How machine ready the particular things? So including medical exploration, searches, business and knowledge, etc. So these are the area. So now perform large scale analysis. NLP technology allow the text analysis. So basically now the time, not the data, as per like the Panda CSV file and some JSON file and some other different file, the web scraping part and some SQL data. So now I want to analyze the text. The text can be in any format, scale or on all manner of the documents. Now internal system, email, social media data. Now the time like most of the social platform want to use these techniques and using them. So online review and more process huge amount of data in just seconds or minutes. So and every company want to analyze the huge data within a second or within a seconds. That would take days or week for manual analysis. So if you done all these things, so it will take lots of time. But more objective and accurate analysis, NLP power tool can be trained to the language. So it's a powerful tool to train the language behalf of the particular language like the Google word. If I'm saying some word in English, so it will automatically give the answer to us. So it will train a different language. So criteria of your business. Often it's just a few steps. So once you can have them up and running, they perform much more accurately and than human ever cloud. Now, streamline process and reduce cost. So NLP tool work at whatever need or like 24/7 real time. So it will work for you full time because it's a machine work. So you need at least a couple of employee working for the data analysis, something like that. So NLP is software as a service tool. You can keep staff to the minimum. Obviously, when the AI arises, so the staff requirement is less. But if the staff is quality staff, basically the skilled staff that can handle all these things. Like most of the now the time most of the employee want to upgrade yourself. Those are just using the Excel, want to upgrade into the SQL or the Power BI to handle the large data for the data modeling. And those are the working with the Power BI or SQL want to update yourself into the Python. And those employees just the basic knowledge of the Python want to update yourself into the large data set or the AI. So these are the changing process to upgrade yourself one by one. So improve customer satisfaction, obviously, rating system. So NLP tool allow you to automatically analyze and sort customer service by topic like intent, urgency, sentiment, analysis, etc. These are the things. Whenever you run like something knowledge regarding the AdWord, Google AdWord. Yeah, Alma, you know like something knowledge regarding the Google AdWord.
Yes. Yeah, Adver. Yeah.
Yeah. So if we want to like run a ad in a Google, so in a Google have a sufficient data like the age wise data, geographical data, and also the interest of the particular audience. Like you want to run the ad of the particular rate interest of the audience. Like those audience are interested in the ITs, those in audience are interested in data science and some other technologies. So that kind of the analysis also done by this. So those data you can use in your business growth and route them directly to the proper department or employee. So you can never leave a customer in the cold. Okay, so you can never leave the customer in a cold. That means uh, if the customer give a feedback, so you should have to take the decision. If a customer giving the different behalf of the feedbacks, so actually the company have set the different parameters, the ratings to take the decision. Better understand your market. So with the help of NLP, you can understand the market. How? Natural language processing. Huge impact on the market, basically. So whenever you put to the work to understand the language of your customer base, actually your market is your customer base, and you want to analyze the customer, you'll have better understanding of market segmentation, be better equipped to target your customer directly, and decrease customer churn. Like the loopholes you can remove very well. Like customer giving a wrong feedbacks. So what the goings on in the particular areas, and we want to bifurcate the data and to understand behalf of the chats. So empower of your employees with all the human are you will say or you will save by automatic processing or automatic process and using data analysis, like data analyze to its full potentially. So have you ever done a project in your existing skills with your Python?
You said?
Like have you done any project which you have learned like Panda something in your Python?
Not yet, really, not yet. But we have been doing you know class work based activities yeah, trying to formulate, but not to big project, end to end project, like, no, not yet.
Okay. So I give my best to explain all these things related to the NLP. So firstly, I'm just explaining the importance and the area where the NLP is we can use. And like whenever someone want to ask you like what is the importance of the NLP, and which area we can use the NLP, and what is the main responsibility and the areas, and how we can implement with the help of Python. So I will cover all these things now. Now your employees will be able to focus on what matter, their actual job. Furthermore, when you remove tedious repetitive tasks, your employees will have less boredom. So now this time every company want to replace the tedious or a monotonous task with the help of AI, like fatigues and increased focus. So this process, those processes are very time consuming, very costly. The manpower is used, or a large manpower use. So we want to minimize these things with the help of this. So get real actionable insights. So if I'm talking about the real actionable insights, so ended survey and responses and online review and comments require an extra level of analysis. You have to break down the text. So the main thing, if you want to analyze the text, like if I'm saying I'm a good, I am a best student, I am a superb student, I am a marvelous, gorgeous, fantastic. So these are the words which are showing you are perfect. So we want to, the machine want to categorize those data are similar. So the responses and online review and the comments require an extra level of the analysis. You have to break down the text so it can be understood by machines, but AI guided NLP tool can make it easy. So NLP process make this task easy. Now it is a process of the NLP, the components, natural language generation and the natural language understanding. So there are the two components of NLP. First one is natural language understanding, NLU. Natural language understanding, NLU, help the machine to understand and analyze human language by extracting the metadata from content such as concept, entities, keyword, emotion. If I'm saying that I'm so sad, I'm worried, I'm feeling not good. So these word basically the intention, I'm not happy. So the machine basically want to categorize those words are the similar meaning. So we want to like make a clusters, or you can say the bagging of words. I will use this word in next some slides. So concept, entities, keyword, emotion, relation, and semantic role. So let's take an example. So NLU involve the following task. It is used to map the given input into useful representation. Like it is used to analyze different aspect of the language. How? Now the second language generation NLG, natural language generation NLG, act as a translator, obviously, that convert the computerized data into natural language representation. Like if you hold the data into the list in your Python, so when you want to further process this list of data, if you load any data with the help of Panda in your machine, now you want to implement the NLP process. It mainly involves text planning, sentence planning, and text realization. So the whole process done by NLP on the text. Now it is a mainly difference. This component help to explain the meaning behind the NL, whether it is written text or in speech format. It the I can say I can give the command to machine by text or by speak by voice. We can analyze English, French, Spanish, Hindi, or any other human language. So it is a natural language understanding. But natural language generation. This component help to generate the NL using machine. So this process, those process done by the machine that is called as a NL using machine or NL, that means natural language generation. So NLU generates from NL by using various tool and techniques such as point of sale tagger, parser, and so on order to develop NLP. Like just a Google Translate. If I'm saying some word in English, so you can translate into the Hindi. You can also translate some other word, other languages also. But NLG start from the fact like POS tag, parsing result, and so on to generate the NL. So those work generated by the machine. Now, it is a process of reading and interpreting. It is the process of writing or generating language. So how we can write? If I load our file, firstly to create the clusters and to like separate the similar data, and after that to generate a language. So all these things done by automatically, should be done by the automatic. Now I want to discuss the application of the NLP. So we know very well like what is a NLP, natural language processing, to like understand the text basically, or to take a command by voice or if any language and to process them. Now the I want to discuss the application of the NLP. Now chatbot. Chatbot is a very good example of the NLP. Most of the company using the chatbot in your website or in some other areas. So chatbot are a form of artificial intelligence that are programmed to interact with humans, such as a way. Actually, the chatbot. What's your thinking about your chatbot? You want to discuss with me?
Chatbot. These are, for example, as I understand them. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think what I'm understanding from your discussion is that, for example, chatbots can be live assistants, for example, these virtual assistants, for
Yeah,
example.
live
Do
assistance or a virtual assistance. So if I'm saying some word in a wrong manner, so machine give me some other examples. Like
Mhm,
if I want to like make a order for the pizza, if
mhm.
I'm just place a pizza and the machine saying the within a 15 minutes the our company or our team will deliver you the pizza, but you are waiting the 10 minutes, the machine like suddenly saying you like you want to like also prefer by this one. So machine want to take the decision also your historical data, and actually sir in previous order you take this like cold drink also with the pizza, do you want to take them? and sir, like the sorry for your inconvenience. So that kind of the thing basically also take the machine. And now this time that is an artificial brain. Actually, I have placed only the order for the pizza, but the machine also giving me some suggestion behalf of my historical history, because in some previous order I take some pizza along with that cold drinks, and along with that hot dog and something like that. If I'm just like I'm not like it's so much time actually I have spent, I'm waiting, I'm frustrated. So, machine suddenly take, don't worry, like something like that. So these are the steps. So if I'm saying some like a words that are showing the angriness, and if I'm saying those words show the sadness, and if I'm saying I'm just waiting sad, so the machine automatically transfer and take a decision like those words which I have to give the answer on those words. So that was
Mhm.
also the form of artificial intelligence that are programmed to interact with human in such a way that they should like human themselves. Chatbot are created using natural language processing and also the machine learning, both combination. Means that they understand the complexities of English language and find the actual meaning of sentence, and they also learn from their conversation with humans and become better. Like take example, nowadays the chat GPT become advanced, and the Google Gemini or a Bard become advanced day by day with collecting the data, with the feedback of the audience and the searches. Complete in search engine, obviously. So when we are searching some information from the Google, search engines use their enormous data set to analyze what their customer are probably typing when they enter particular word and suggest in most common possibilities. They use natural language processing to make sense of these words and how they are interconnected to form different sentences. So if I'm just typing data, so machine suggests me data science, data analyst, some those words which are related to data. So it is an example of the indexing or the regular expression. So it is a part of the autocomplete and the voice assistance. Now it's become more popular like the Amazon Alexa, Hey Google, Google Assistance, Hey
Siri.
Siri. So voice assistant, they voice assistants are all the sorry, whether it's Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, etc. Almost everyone uses one of these to make call. Like please call to the Alan, please call to the James, please call to the Musk. So it will take automatically the decision and to search out the detail into the context and schedule the meeting, set alarm, surf into etc. They use a complex combination of speech recognition, natural language understanding, and natural language processing to understand what humans are saying. So actually, the Google Assistant is ready for take an example Hindi or English, Gujarati only. So can understand only these three things language. Now the language translator. Obviously, if I'm speaking some word in English and the other candidate know only the Hindi, so the machine translating them. Like take an example in the YouTube video in a caption. If someone is speaking English, so you can change the language into the caption. So language translator Google Translate as well as other translation tools use sequence to sequence modeling, that is a technique in natural language processing. It allows the algorithm to convert a sequence of words from one language to another, which is translation. Like sentiment analysis. So now it's become like more useful. And most of the company use the sentimental analysis, not the data, not capturing the data. Like, sir, actually I'm filling the data and I'm seeing the particular video and I'm like that and comment them. No, it will like use some different parameter. Like say almost all the word is on a social media. Now this time of the social media. Social media this day, and companies can be use sentiment analysis to understand how a particular type of user feel. The feeling of the particular user, actually I want to capture them. And according this, the machine want to suggest you a particular post, particular reels, particular videos, particular content, and also the particular ad. If you are watching, if you are like the particular and the images, some kind of the videos, so the AI is also suggest you the similar kind of the data. How? What is the thing basically called? So it is called a sentimental analysis, not the data analysis, sentimental analysis. So type of user feel about the particular topic, product, etc. They can use a natural language processing, computational, linguistic, text analysis, etc. to understand the general sentiment of user for their product and services and find out if the sentiment is good, bad, or natural. So in this first chapter, the main intention to understand the area, different area of the NLP, like the sentimental analysis, the language translator, voice assistance, autocomplete search, chatbot. So these are the area. Now the next area is email, which I have discussed earlier, like the email classification, how the Gmail can classify the spamming from the mail, the malicious mail, and filtering. So email services use natural language processing to identify the content of each email with text classification so that it can be put in the correct section. So if the something the machine find something wrong words into the particular mail, so the machine classify this is a spam. If I'm influencing, if I'm like just like and rumoring, something like that. So the machine have a certain words. So if someone use those words in repeatedly in your mail, so the machine like suddenly thinks these are the spamming, so can filtering them. Like take an example of Gmail is a perfect answer of the email classification. Text summarization. Also the thing, it is also the topic of the Python. Text summarization. There is a huge amount of data available on the internet. Obviously, data is very lengthy. I'm not talking about the SQL or the no SQL data. I'm talking about the social side data, sentimental data, text data. Those data is not in a perfect manner or a ordered manner. So it is very hard to go through all data to extract a single piece of information. Obviously, it's very hard to extract the data if you are just loading the data in a MongoDB, and if you are just handling the data in SQL. So it's very easy to load to extract them. But when there is a no structure of the data, no pattern, very challenging task. How firstly to load before loading the Python NLP process, the data should be meaningful. So the text summarization has been made available to the users. So this help in simplification of huge amount of data in articles, news, research, paper, etc. Now, what is the technique behind the NLP process? The techniques of natural language process, syntax and the semantic. I will discuss one by one. Okay. So now this technique I will also discuss in the NLP process. So syntax and semantic analysis are two main techniques used with natural language processing. First one, like syntax is the arrangement of word in sentence to make grammatical sense. If I make any mistake or a grammatical mistake, so NLP use syntax to assess this meaning from a language based on grammatical rule. Syntax techniques includes like parsing. How we can parse, like take an example in Python. I think you know very well the data typecasting. If someone want to like convert the list into the tuple and tuple into the list, and the float value into the integer and integer value to the float, so it is a simple thing, the typecasting. So word segmentation, sentence breaking, morphological segmentation, the hierarchical data also, the stemming, those words repeatedly occur in the particular list of the data, stemming. And the semantic involve the use of and meaning behind word. Natural language processing apply algorithm to understand the meaning and structure of sentences. So what is the meaning of the particular word? So word sense disambiguation. So sense of the word should be there. If like someone want to understand the NLP, but they there is does not have any knowledge or regarding the Python, how can understand the NLP process? Actually, I have talked in this lecture lots of the technical skills like the SQL, Power BI, Panda, Matplotlib, Python, list, set, tuple, dictionary, but the candidate doesn't know what is a variable. So how can I teach like the NLP process? So obviously, so the word, if I'm not able to understand the word, if someone some candidate doesn't know the English, so how can I understand this lecture? So the name entity recognition, obviously, and the natural language generation. Now, what is the challenge? So challenges and scope in a NLP process. So NLP powerful tool with huge benefit, but still there are a number of challenges that are faced by natural language processing. What challenges? So it is also the interview question. If someone want to ask you, like if you are working with normal, you can say that Python. So what is the challenges you face in your journey? So contextual word and phrases or harmonious names. The same words and the phrases can have different meaning according to the context of a sentence, and many words, especially in English, so have the exact same pronunciation but totally different meaning. If I'm saying I'm good, okay. I'm not good, again it's change. If I'm saying I'm happy, I'm not happy. And if I'm just taking, so taking can be used in different. So some words basically changing our meaning time to time. So it's a challenging. Synonyms. For building NLP systems, it is important to include all of the word possible meanings and all possible synonyms. So text analysis model may still occasionally make mistakes, but the more relevant training data they receive. So basically we have a two kind of the data, training and the testing. Can you explain what is the training and the testing data?
I am not much into it yet, but I can try. From my readings, I think in machine learning, from what I read, I'm not getting into it. Like I said, there is a data set, right? Data set, this original data, the data we wanna um, analyze. So we divide it, split it into two, into train data and test data. And it is this train data that we use in order to train our model or fit our model, which we are going to evaluate by our test data
Yeah,
at the end of the day. I guess, yeah. So we divide our data set into two, namely train data and test data. And in fact, there is a formula calculation, there is a rule that we have to follow in order to divide this into, we don't do it randomly. But there is this 80-20% or 70-30%, 25-75, but the smallest proportion of the data would be the test data, whereas the larger proportion we use to train our model. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if I answered it correct or not. Yeah, but just
yeah, good. So the same thing, the training and the testing data is split by the sklearn library with the train test split in Python. So we can take the randomly data, and we can also split with the 30% and the 25% as per my requirement. So the same data do not to test the entire data, you can just test or the testing data only. So the same thing I'm just talking about, like the NLP important include all the word possible meaning, obviously the better able to understand synonyms. Now I'm talking about the ambiguity in NLP, refer to sentences and phrases that potentially have two or more possible interpretation. Obviously the ambiguity in a data, if the ambiguity in the data is available, so it's not like a good thing. Error in text to speech, like if I'm saying some word but are not properly pronounced. So misspelled or misused word can create problem on text analysis, autocorrect and grammar correction applications can handle common mistakes but don't always understand the writer intention. So domain specific language. So if someone want to learn the NLP, so should have a domain specific knowledge like Python and some like a data knowledge. So different businesses and industries often use very different language and NLP process model needed for healthcare. For example, would be very different than one uses used to process legal document. Obviously, the domain knowledge should be there, and the low resource language. So AI machine learning NLP application have been largely built for the most common widely used language. And it's downright amazing at how accurate translation system have become. However, many languages, especially those spoken by people with less access to technology, often go overlooked and further or under processed. So low resources like languages, and the last one is like a irony or sarcasm, like a present problem for machine learning model because they generally use word and phrases that strictly by definition may be positive or negative, but don't know can we oppose it. So these are the challenges can be occur in our data. So now the scope of NLP. So with the available information constantly growing the size, obviously the data is growing and increasingly
Sorry if
sophisticated.
I can stop you. I'm sorry. Would you please take me back a slide, one slide back? Yes, on this one, low resource languages.
Yeah,
What does that mean as a challenge to NLP?
yeah. Actually, if I'm talking about if I want to analyze, so the AI machine learning NLP application. So the if you want to learn the application, those particular configuration based server or like something like that, so they are not sufficient to run and to perform all these technology driven challenges. So these are the low resources languages, and obviously they are not the like a sufficient word lack of words to understand the particular what actually I'm saying. That if I'm saying that the NLP process is a good thing, but I know only the NLP, and but I know the only the machine learning. Some word about I don't know. So the widely used language and the downright amazing how accurate translation system have become. And the like the many spoken people less access to technology go overlook under the process. Like the English is a very demanding language, and anyone can understand that because of this particular language. So if we have the low resource, it is a data which we want to load in this one. So salaries and the DF. So pandas is
PT, I guess. Yeah.
kitty. So we have loaded the
Mm.
complete data, and after that, like the DF and the salary, the specific column, and the DF. So these are the thing basically which we can perform one by one. So if we load the data and but data is already in a tabular format, the panda is automatically those data in any pattern. So the comma and space or a CSV file. So convert into the data frame. So data frame is a function of the pandas. Whenever we create a matrix with the help of NumPy, so we can easily transfer into the tabular format with the help of data frame. But these are the simple things. There is no problem in a data. There is no complexities are there. So we can clean the data to sum, subtract, aggregate. That's the thing basically we can perform. Now the question is that, so if the data containing the lots of delimiters such as comma, semicolon, and the white space. So data is not a simple pattern like all data containing comma, comma, not. So the token generated are basketball, hockey, golf, tennis. So the data is perfect, like the data is comma, comma, so it can be loaded easily. Therefore, using regular expression, we can split the text by passing a split pattern. Like if I'm talking about the re dot split, so we can create the pattern here. The similar pattern. So now NLP processing, NLP tokenization, lemmatization, stemming, normalization, and stop. So these are the process of NLP using with Python. Now the pre-processing process your text simply mean to bring your text into the form that predictable, analyzable for your task. A task here a combination of approach and domain. For example, extracting top keyword with TFIDF approach from TIFF domain. Actually, there are the lots of domains which you can extract the data and the task. similar in R programming, we are tidier function. So firstly, text pre-processing means text pre-processing is like if I'm talking about the data scientist, to load the data, to extract the data, to clean the data, to remove the duplicacy from the data, when the to convert the data into the structure manner, then to analyze them. So the similar thing, firstly to clean, then tokenization, to split them, stop word removal, and the POS tagging, number per rating tagging, I think I will discuss later, and the stemming. These are the process one by one. I will discuss the lemmatization and the stemming. How many times the particular word occur in the particular sentence? What is the main intention? Firstly, what the text, the sentences I have typed here. So machine want to learn them. Machine want to understand them with a different domain. So for example, it is a data. Like stemming is the process of reducing inflection in word troubles to their root. From example, trouble, the root in this case may not be a real root word but just a canonical from the original word. So canonical is also the word in the digital marketing part also, like whenever the SEO will done. So the unique URL basically intention to identify the Google algorithm. So we have our original word connect and the stem word the same. Connect. So these are the stem word. So these are the actual meaning. But the original word does different meaning. The connection, connected, connection. So these are the connect. Trouble, troubles, troublesome. So these are the word, stem word. So the stem word basically, like take an example, the dictionary. So if we loaded a dictionary, so all similar words are there related to the connect. If I'm saying connect, connecting, connects to the machine, understand it's a connect. So these are, you can say that it's a vocabulary or it's a dictionary. So where the data, like original data is this one, and we understand like the stem word is a trouble. Now,
If I can ask you a very quick question here with regard to stemming.
yeah,
Um,
stemming means just a stammer problem. Like if I'm saying like hey something, so I'm not properly announced.
right.
So I say hey 5 times, but the meaning is hey.
Mhm.
So that is the reason stemming. So
Okay.
I have
Okay.
repeated lots of word, but the meaning is same.
Mhm.
So the lemmatization. So the lemmatization on the surface is very similar to stemming. It is just similar, but like quite bit different. Where the goal is to remove inflections and map a word to its root form. The only difference is that the lemmatization try to do in a proper way. I have like repeat the word again and again, and it doesn't jump top things off, actually transform word to the actual root. For example, like you can see, I say here original trouble, but the stem basically understand the trouble troublesome. So now the picture is changed, but the lemmatization is more accurate. Like for example, if I am saying the better, it would map good. Like if I'm saying troubling, trouble. So it will properly understood what the actually word saying. So the accuracy and the understanding concept is much better as compared to lemmatization. Sorry, but compared to stemming.
So in that case, why need why do we need the tokenization? Why don't we? Because this one is it looks like perfect, right, as compared to the tokenization.
Yeah,
On yeah, tokenization. No, systemization, lemmatization, right? Yeah,
yeah,
lemmatization is perfect, right?
Yeah,
So why don't you stick with this one as compare? Why do we need tokenization in short?
yeah. Actually, the
But there is
token,
lemmatization.
yeah. So the stemming basically reduce the inflection of the word, or and the case may, like, whenever we want to perform some canonical work, the original word on a, like, a small area. So this kind of thing
Mhm,
you can apply. But the most of the cases, the lemmatization is mostly used. But in
mhm.
some basic area, you can use the stemming.
Okay, I see.
Stop words, removals. Like if I'm saying, like, I am going to home, I comma going comma to comma, something like stop words are there. So stop words are set of commonly used words in a language. Example of stop words in English are a, the, is, are, and etc. The intuitions behind using stop word is that by removing low information words from text, so those information are low, there are no sense in the information, so we can focus on important word instead of them. So original sentence, this is the text full of context, like we need a clean it up the sentence and stop word like www, text full www, and the clean the w, like Greeks for Greek, a computer, so sample text with stop word, like a computer science portal for Greeks. So without stop word, Greeks for Greeks, so there is a hyphen, computer science, and the portal for Greek. So it will, like pronounce those word meaning are different. Like it will, like find out the words, the actual meaning of the words. Like Greeks for Greek, it's a word. Okay. Now computer science, it is a word. So I think it's like a giving a sense like computer science. Like portal, it is a word. It is a proper meaning, and the geeks, it is a proper. So it will, like a simple with stop word and without stop word. Like can listening by exhausting, so like actually I'm saying I want to learn Python with data science, actually you want to learn only Python and data science. So these are the two words, learn Python, data science. So machine take, like I want something, it is not meaningful, learn Python, data science. So if I'm just, can listening be adjusting and listening comma adjusting, so these are the thing basically, the it will find out the word, removing the unnecessary stop word from the database. So it is also part of the data pre-processing and data cleaning, but not the panda, not the regular expression. These are the basic things. The panda is useful for the data manipulation, data pre-processing, and the regular expression is normally for the development part also, like the basic concept. But these are the advanced things. The first thing is stemming, and the second one is lemmatization, and the third one is stop word. So these are the stop word basically. Now lower casing. So obviously it is also the challenge in a data. Lower casing all your text data, although commonly overlooked, is one of the simplest and most effective from the text preprocessing. It is also the text preprocessing task. It is applicable to most text mining and NLP problem and can help in cases where your data set is not very large, and significantly help with consistency and expected output. So what is the map? Like the raw data is Canada, Canada. So we write Canada in a different cases, but the machine converted into the lower case Canada. Like Tomcat, Apache Tomcat. It's a server Tomcat. So the lower casing. So it is easy task. Anyone can understand. Normalization. So do you have any idea regarding the normalization into the SQL?
Um, I haven't taken a SQL course yet, but from my reading, there are two, three normal forms, right?
Very
First
good.
normal and second, third normal. Yeah. So this is a process whereby we divide columns uh, and also data separated by commas that we find in one column. Like for example, first name, last name in one column, we separate them, put them in two different columns for easy, understanding and readability and things like that. Yeah. So normalization here also similar, I guess, or
Yeah. So normalization is a good, like you explained, nice. So normalization is a process to avoid the data redundancy. Basically, to avoid the data redundancy, so we have to apply some normal form like the first NF, second NF, third NF, and the BC NF. So the all information should be in our proper rows and column. So those data are not dependent to each other. So can be like break down this column into the different tables. So these are the basic things, level of the SQL to store data, to remove the to avoid the inconsistency on the data. But when we are talking about the normalization in Python, so is highly overloaded pre-processing step in text normalization. So text normalization is the process of transforming a text into a canonical standard form. For example, the word good. So good, you can say that someone is like chatting in a WhatsApp like good, GD. Someone is chatting on WhatsApp like good, like good. So can transform to good. So the actual meaning is good. So these are the normalization in Python, not to like the particular, like to load the data and to like split into the particular cell wise, and those data are not similar to break them in another table. So these are the thing in a SQL level. But in Python, like if I'm saying some word in short, like good, good. So it a canonical form. Another example is mapping of near identical words such as stop words, and stop word of just stop words. So these are the thing like tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. So these are the like short name of the tomorrow. So the machine normalized into tomorrow. Before, someone is right in a chat like before. OTW, on the way, like it is a symbol of smile. So these are also the steps or the pre-processing step in NLP. Now tweets cleanup and analysis using regular expression. So I have already discussed the regular expression, like the with the help of find all, match. So clean the text body firstly. I think you know something knowledge regarding the HTML and the CSS.
uh, not really, but generally, these are web development tools,
Yeah.
programs, but I don't know more than that. Yeah, I'm not yet into it.
Actually, the one topic is covered in data science is a web scraping. So whenever we want to scrap the data from any websites without the permission of the website owner, so it's illegal. If you want to scrap the data from the websites, so you can like scrap them. So in the web scraping, we can want to scrap the data, like the text data from the websites. Like take an example. I want to take the example of the LinkedIn. In LinkedIn, in the jobs area, if you want to search out the how many jobs arises in a particular day regarding to the data science, so you can type the data science and it will suggest you how many jobs are there. So it will find out the data science word used where in what articles there. And if you want to ready the portal, like you want to find out the how many jobs are posted regarding to the data science on the different portal, and you selected the 100 website, and you want to find out the where the data science word actually uses there. So if you want to work them, so I think the basic knowledge should be there, like what is the HTML and CSS role and the JavaScript role, and how we can like execute and run the API, and how we can request them, and how we can response them HTTP request, and some other backend knowledge also, like mean stack developer for the Angular node, and the React if you are using the Django, and some Java, etc. So these are also the area in our data science which you can extract the data from the other domain. So now the same thing is that I'm talking about clean the text body. In this step, we are going to remove the noise from our text. So noise means data is very massive and like not a proper manner. So the content of social media text data, obviously the social media text, most of the like happy, HP, like some symbols. So data is very unmassive. It's very challenging task. We consider the following as a noise: HTML tag and attributes. Obviously, we should know very well what is a div tag, what is an anchor tag, what is a table TRTD, hyperlink. Some other tags knowledge should be there. Body tag, HTML character code, and the URLs. So we are using regular expression for doing the same. How? Remove the stop word, same. How we can remove the stop word? Like the tokenization. I will use them. Now that we have our tweets in much simple and clean form, we further clean them by removing unnecessary word. Stop word add redundancy to our text analysis. Thus, by removing such word, we can make our analysis more accurate. Obviously, which I have already discussed. So in this class, I have discussed all about the process. So before the next class, actually, I want to also, if you have not ready the Anaconda, have you installed the Anaconda?
Jupiter?
Inside the Anaconda, I want to run the Jupyter.
Yeah, Jupiter, I do because I'm like I said, I've been doing Python, Pandas, these all libraries using my Jupiter.
Okay. So are you running Jupyter along that uh, Anaconda, or like separately?
Inside Anaconda.
Very good. So the one more thing, like in the next class, like ready your Google Colab, because I have ready the example on the Google Colab related to the some thing. What is the Google Colab? Actually, I want to say that. Do you have any idea?
Not really.
Okay.
Google Colab, no.
Actually, like similar when we have like Jupyter. So Jupyter is basically a offline ID which you have installed on your computer, and which you want to process them, and all the load time and the CPU consumptions consume your laptop or a machine. But actually, if you want to perform the all manipulation related to the data science on a cloud basically, and you want to use the RAM and the computation power of the cloud, so the Google Colab, so Google provide a service, Google Colab.
Okay.
So it is a Google Colab which you can upload them. Actually, I have already used there. It is my Google Colab. Whenever I want to start them, so Google Colab. You just have to log in with your Google.
Accounts, email
Yeah,
accounts.
yeah, main
Oh,
account.
okay. Mhm. And sign up for it.
Yeah,
I see.
and when just click on the new notebook.
New notebook. Uh, are you
Okay,
expecting me to do it now?
sorry, pardon.
You expect waiting for me to do it now because I'm not on Google.
Okay, okay. So
So
now,
yeah, I can. Mhm.
okay, I proceed. So actually, I have created lots of like programmatical work here, and if I want to start any something like that, so the all things like on my cloud.
Mhm.
Now I want to check out what is the benefit and what is the difference between the Anaconda Jupyter Notebook
Mhm.
and Colab.
Okay. And also, is it possible to get the copy of today's lesson because really very important notes.
Okay. So actually, this notes is provided you into your portal. Recorded lecture
Mhm.
is also provided you,
Perfect.
which you can see very well all these things,
Okay.
and the study material also provided you.
Okay. I appreciate if you can access in a download form,
Yeah, actually, I think you have
HTML
already
maybe or
ready the
PDF.
Jupyter notebook, so no need to download. And
Mm-hmm.
one more thing, you can like perform, you can try to perform some data loading task in Google Colab.
Mm-hmm.
And in today class, I have like just ready a simple thing like
Right.
to
Okay.
load the data. If you want to need this file, so you can take them.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you are.
And
Yeah,
yeah, in the case of Python for data analysis, for example, as you are well aware of it, there are libraries, right? We use in order to analyze, do this cleaning and yeah, right, like pandas and numpy and these visualization tools like Seaborn. In this case, in the case of NLP, what tools do we have?
yeah, actually there is no tool requirement. I will use later the like all these things like the training, and so these are the thing basically to read this file. It is a sentence in the next class, and some lemmatization on the data pre-processing task word, and the tokenization, NLT tokenization. So it is a library of the Python. Okay.
Okay, analytic. Okay.
So these are the working strategy of the NLP process, the NLTK. So it is a library of the Python, which we will discuss later in the previous class, in the next class. So I
Mhm.
want to explain what is the importance of the basically the Google Colab. It is very useful. Like
Okay.
I think near about if you want to check out the configuration, so you can easily check out.
Mhm.
So it will provide the configuration you on a cloud open source. You can
Mhm.
check
Okay, I
12
will
GB
do.
RAM and 107 approximately GB storage is provided you on a cloud,
Yeah,
which you
that's too
can load.
much. Yep. That's too much. Thank you, really. And yes, and for this course, in this course, I wanted to do on one project. That's why I asked you if there are tools that I will use in order to analyze maybe I don't know sentiment analysis or
Yeah,
any project
actually,
related to
yeah,
this course.
I will like teach you all these things really, like which you're in your study material, which you can check the portal after the class. and the related tasks also, and I will try the best my to provide the projects also which you can implement this one.